So tell me how you got into acting exactly, because you had like a rocky. I think you had a rocky start before you got to Luke Cage, as of right now.
I did. I had a
I
rocky
mean,
start.
well, I would say you had good roles in some shows and movies.
Right.
Now you got to now this part where you got to a Marvel show where a lot of people have been talking about it, and
Right.
so tell me how you got into that.
Oh man, it's a long story, I tell you. But uh, uh, to keep it simple, like my aunt took me to Howard University to see The Wiz after
Yeah.
church one Sunday afternoon, and I was just like, I never seen anything like that. You know, I'm from the inner city, D.C. You know, and I'd never been to a play before even. And it was a musical, so you know it's everything that a kid loves. You know, something that's just not drama. You know, you got bells, whistles, and costumes and lights, and I was just like, what is that? I want to do that. You know, we don't see that in the city. It's not that much fun in the city. You know, I mean, we didn't have guns and all that stuff in the time, but you know, it's a very not quiet life in the city, but sort of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there was some fantasy, something fantastical about the stage. And that was my journey, man.
It's interesting. So,
Yeah.
what did it feel like playing Luke Cage's half brother in the show?
What is it like?
What did it feel like? Yeah.
You know, it feels awesome to me.
Yeah, because he was aggressive and
Yeah.
do whatever he wants basically, and
Right.
no one can stop him.
Yeah.
Like seriously, no one can stop him.
Such I mean, this is not an average Joe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, you don't know him. No one knows him. No one's ever seen this guy. No one's ever met this guy. You know, he don't come from the streets. He's never been on the streets. Never seen him on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, from his past to like jail to becoming the top gun runner to having a fashion sense, to having a vocabulary, to having special bullets, having a green, you know, stormtrooper suit at the end. I mean, where have you ever seen that guy?
And they hyped him up too, like during the whole until like episode 7 when he finally showed up and shot Cage, and then that's when it all started everything.
All started everything, you know, and no one knew that, and I think that was a big twist to the season. You know, I think they didn't want the audience to know that, you know, one villain was going to be, and then another one was going to be coming in. And I think the way they handled that twist was really great too, because I think originally they wanted me to sort of be the demise of Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
But then they said, no, Mariah's going to do it. You know, Mariah's going to be. And I was like, I like that even better, because that's like blood killing blood. And that's one of the themes of the show, you know. You got the two brothers, you know, drawing blood. You got Mariah and Cottonmouth drawing blood. And then you got Misty and her cousin, you know, when her cousin was abducted. And she was, that's blood. So you got this familial story going on throughout all these characters in the show.
Have you always been into Marvel, like reading comic books and all that? Or is this the first time you played first time you read a comic book of Luke Cage or stuff like that from getting into the show?
Right. I have not always been into Marvel growing up because I wasn't exposed to Marvel growing up. I grew up overseas, so I was exposed to a lot of European comics. I didn't really deal with comics until I came back to the States, and by that time I was closer to the end of high school and going on to college. You know what I'm saying? So I think I had like more girls to pursue than comic books. But Marvel's come a long way since that time, you know, and what they do now is just like with all the technology and the ideas, it's.
Will we see the character in the Defenders when all the 4 heroes are together? We probably gonna be with the villains maybe working together.
I hope so, man. You know, why not? You know, I think the best thing about Diamondback is that, you know, since he's a gun runner, that there's guns everywhere in the world. He can go anywhere. He can go to the Black Panthers movie. He can go to the Defenders. He can go to Daredevil, because they all need guns. So there are a lot of possibilities for Diamondback.